Hello there, and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I am Rainbow.
And thanks, everyone, for joining us for another edition of our Side Story unit. This month, we will be taking a look at a woman who is quite probably one of the greatest scientists and most brilliant minds the world has ever seen.
Yeah, she won the Nobel Prize twice, discovered 2 new chemical elements, and also developed the X-ray machine, which we still use in hospitals and medical clinics everywhere. It's probably not an exaggeration to say that this amazing lady changed the world with all of the scientific research and the many discoveries that she's responsible for. And remember, this was at a time when most women didn't even go to university or graduate to become famous world scientists.
So, who is this incredible person? Marie Curie, of course. And if you hadn't heard of her before, you will soon know much more about Marie Curie, and you'll also get a good look at the reason why she is still revered and admired so much to this day. It's going to be interesting, so please do stick around.
But before we get to the reading, let's check out all of our new vocabulary today, and then we'll come right back. 今天的文章要带我们看诺贝尔得奖者物理学家 Marie Curie 的故事。先来看几个单字。第一个 prize 奖是个名词。Congratulations, you won a prize. Congratulations, you won a prize. 恭喜你得奖了。第二个单字 physics 物理是个名词。I have a physics exam on Tuesday. I have a physics exam on Tuesday. 礼拜二我有一个物理考试。第三个单字 couple 是个名词。couple 有一对一双的意思，在这边表达的是夫妻情侣。That couple sitting on the bench is so cute. That couple sitting on the bench is so cute. 那对坐在板凳上的情侣好可爱。第四个单字 earn 赢得是个动词。英文有一句话说 respect should be earned. Respect should be earned. 尊重是要被赢得的，不知道你们同意吗？好咯，现在我们看完单字例句，一起回到课文中。
Marie Curie was one of the most famous scientists of her time. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the first person to win twice. She was also the only person to win in 2 different sciences.
Explanation 1.
Okay, so the title of the article that we will be reading is Marie Curie, a Scientist Like No Other. And she sure was. A scientist like no other just means a scientist who isn't like any other scientist who lived before or after her. In other words, she is very unique and special.
That's right, and we get a good idea of how unique she was by reading the first sentence. It says, Marie Curie was one of the most famous scientists of her time. That's right, she was. Even when she was still alive, stories about her were everywhere in newspapers and magazines. This was before the time of televisions, but still, many people would have heard about her. She was just that famous.
And this was also at a time when there were many other famous scientists also working and producing amazing discoveries. Names like Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison, and Nikola Tesla were also working at that time. But Marie, being a woman, would have been quite unusual. Let's pause here so that we can learn more about the first and second grammar points of the day. And Daphne is here to tell us all about it.
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是名词加上 like no other， 意思是与众不同的。Like 在这里是介系词像的意思。No 是形容词无没有。Other 是不定代名词其他人。合在一起 like no other 字面意思就是不像其他人，也就是与众不同的。例如 Ernest Hemingway was a writer like no other 海明威是一位与众不同的作家。第二则文法要分析句子。Marie Curie was one of the most famous scientists of her time. 玛丽居里在她那个时代是最有名的科学家之一。其中 one of the 加上形容词最高级，加上复数名词，意思是堪称最点点点的点点点。例如 one of the most famous scientists 就是堪称最有名的科学家之一。Of one's time 则是在某人的年代。我们可以照样造句。John D. Rockefeller was one of the richest men of his time. 洛克斐勒在当年堪称是最富有的人之一。
Okay, so now let's get back to the article. The next sentence starts to tell us about some of Marie Curie's most famous achievements. It says, she was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the first person, man or woman, to win twice.
Wow.
So that is pretty amazing just from the beginning. I mean, doing just one of those things, being the first woman or the first two-time Nobel Prize winner, one of those would have been impressive enough. But to do both, that's really pretty incredible.
Yeah, and it's even more incredible when you realize that she won her prizes in two totally different fields of science. We'll get to the break after we read the next sentence, which tells us more about this amazing accomplishment. It reads, she was the only person to win in two different sciences. So that means that she won her first Nobel Prize in physics, that's one, and a few years later she won her second Nobel Prize in chemistry. Those two are totally different. 所以要表达成就，我们可以用 achievement 或是 accomplishment 来形容，这两个字都是名词哦。那一个 incredible achievement 当然是表达不可思议的成就。
That is absolutely incredible. To give you some context, that would sort of be like winning the MVP, the most valuable player prize in the NBA playoffs, and then, a little while later, switching sports and becoming the MVP for playing MLB baseball. Yeah, you can do both and you're pretty much the best. What amazing talent someone like that would need. As I said, incredible. Okay, folks, let's take our break right here, and then we'll be back with more. Curie was born in Warsaw in 1867. At 24, she went to Paris to study physics and math at the Sorbonne. There, she met her husband, Pierre Curie. The couple worked together. Soon, they discovered two new elements, polonium and radium. That earned them the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903.
Explanation 2.
Welcome back. We are reading about the amazing Marie Curie. So far, we've gotten just a few of the basics of her life. So now, let's go back to the beginning and get some more of the personal details. The next sentence in the article tells us Curie was born in Warsaw in 1867. Okay, so here we learn that Marie Curie was born in Poland, but that's not where she did her most famous work.
That's true, and we learn where she got famous in the next sentence. It tells us At 24, she went to Paris to study physics and math at the Sorbonne. So she moved to France and went to what is probably the most famous university in all of France.
And she didn't just leave the Sorbonne with a great education, she also met the man who would be her scientific partner as well as her partner in marriage. Talking about the Sorbonne, we read, there, at the school, there she met her husband Pierre Curie. Okay, so this is where she got the last name Curie. I always wondered why her name sounded so French and not more of a Polish-sounding name. Now, let's take another short break here so that Daphne can come back to tell us all about today's final grammar point.
第三则文法要解说同位语。所谓同位语是指一个名词之后紧接着另外一个名词，并且用后方的这个名词来补充说明前方的名词。例如 There, she met her husband, Pierre Curie. 在那里，她遇见了她的丈夫皮耶·居里。这个句子中的 Pierre Curie 是 her husband 的同位语，补充说明她的丈夫 her husband 就是 Pierre Curie。我们也可以照样造句。Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, visited India in 2019. 剑桥公爵威廉王子于2019年出访印度。
So, Marie Curie was educated in Paris, France, and while studying at university there, she also met her husband, Pierre Curie.
And we read about them in the next sentence, which says, the couple worked together. Well, that's good. They often say that a husband and wife or any couple should not work together. You know, because there's that time at home and work, and that can be really difficult.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Fights at work can just follow you home, and then people's feelings get hurt, and it just gets complicated. But while that is true for many couples, for some people, it can actually work really well. But yes, in general, it can be difficult to work and to live with the same person all of the time. But for Marie and Pierre Curie, it worked. I mean, it really, really worked. The article tells us, soon they discovered two new elements, polonium and radium. Very cool. Discovering an element is a pretty amazing thing to do. Elements are things like, oxygen, hydrogen, carbon. These are the building blocks of everything in the universe. And the Curies, this husband and wife team, they discovered two new ones. That doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, that's right. And something else that doesn't happen every day is having a husband and wife team win the Nobel Prize. But that is exactly what the Curies did after their discoveries became well known. 补充一下 Curie 夫妇发现的两种新元素 polonium 是钋 radium 是镭 and the final sentence of the article says that earned them the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903. This would be the first of Mary's Nobel Prizes, and we will be learning much more about the second Nobel Prize and the rest of her life in tomorrow's article.
But sadly, that means that's it for now. Thanks very much for joining us, and we hope that you guys will come back with us tomorrow for the second part of our look at Marie Curie. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Marie Curie, a scientist like no other. Marie Curie was one of the most famous scientists of her time. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the first person to win twice. She was also the only person to win in two different sciences. Curie was born in Warsaw in 1867. At 24, she went to Paris to study physics and math at the Sorbonne. There, she met her husband, Pierre Curie. The couple worked together. Soon, they discovered two new elements, polonium and radium. That earned them the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903.
everybody， 欢迎来到 English in Action。
I'm Shane.
I'm Holly 。你不知道这么夸张。Anyway， 今天主题是什么？
你听我说，你听我说。
OK， 我在听。
你听我说。
OK， 我在听了。
今天的主题就是你听我说。
OK。
Forget it. Just go to the dialogue. 你听我说。
Why did you stand me up last night? I waited at the restaurant for you for 2 hours.
Here's the thing. I met someone else on the way to the restaurant and went on a date with her instead. Oh. It wasn't my fault, okay? Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I really care about you.
不重要了。Here's the thing， 其实就是一大堆借口之前会讲的话 ，OK， 叫做事情是这样的。
Yeah, definitely sounds like 借口。
Yeah，
或者是要逃避。
没错。
Here's the thing。
对，所以下次你要找借口之前，你就要讲 Here's the thing。
Here's the thing. Okay, or you could say hear me out.
OK， 请听我说。
听我说出来。
Yeah， 所以 hear 就是去听。Yeah。
Or let me explain.
让我解释一下。
Let me explain.
OK， 通常就是男女朋友在吵架，
不是这样子的。
在吵架的时候发现，这是哪一个女生简讯 ？Let me explain.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. 对 ，OK， 所以其实都不太妙。
All right, so you ready to hear us out?
Yeah.
If you're ready to hear us out and you have problems with English,
靠我们
就对了。
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Let me explain.
Let me explain.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们1分钟的单元。在这1分钟的时间里面，我们会复习4个单字，还会造句练习。同学们，您都准备好没？1分钟计时开始。第一个单字叫做奖项。好，这个奖怎么说呢？叫做 prize。Jake is confident that he will win the prize. Jake 很有信心，认为自己一定会得奖的。好，第二个单字呢叫做物理。物理学要怎么说呢？叫做 physics. He teaches physics at a local high school. 他在一间当地的高中教物理。好，那么第3个单词呢？它可以表达夫妻或者是情侣这样一对，怎么说呢？叫做 couple. They are not a couple. They are just good friends. 他们不是一对了，他们只是好朋友，不要误会了。好，那么第4个单词呢？它可以表达赢得、博得或是挣得，像我们说挣钱、赚钱那个字，这个动词叫做 earn. Ron had to work long hours to earn money. Ron 必须做工时很长的工作来赚钱，很辛苦啊，辛苦钱。好，不管怎么样，我们在1分钟之内已经复习完4个单字喽。同学们表现很棒哎，那我们下次见了，拜拜。